it's risky. It's risky to make a decision like this. Like, I'm literally moving to a completely another country. I'm also leaving my stable job behind. But when else am I gonna make this decision if not now? I mean, it might be risky, but like, when else? Like, people just say do things in your life. We only got this one life to live. I'm only gonna be 29 this year. Only this year.
And sometimes I get the feeling like I should stay. I don't know, but it's just like there's something that's missing, and it like I just know that I'm going to regret not taking the decisions that I feel in my gut. I know that like everything is feeling very like quick all of a sudden, I guess. There's still a lot that needs to happen, so yeah, we'll see. So I think the reality of like moving out hit really quickly because we got the lease renewal. Yeah, this lease renewal definitely made it more real because I think I've known for a while that I was going to move, but I kept trying to extend it as much as possible because I just wasn't sure. It's kind of a big decision, honestly, at least for me personally. So yeah, but getting this made it more real. I can't show you it because it's got like some personal information on it, but getting that was like, all right, we need to decide. I'm worried about a lot of things, but I'm looking forward to a lot of things. I'm mainly looking forward to having more time to pursue things that make me more fulfilled. Really looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to being in a different environment overall. Oh, I don't know if I've ever mentioned it in this video, but I'm moving to Norway. Being in Norway feels a little bit like it aligns better with my lifestyle, I guess. There's a lot of things. Public transportation, overall, like quality of life. Things have really gotten expensive where I currently live, but just a lot of things in general, honestly. As of right now, I am still working at my job. I need a month before I'm moving so that I can figure everything out here because we need to move all of our stuff. There is a lot that needs to happen before the move out date, but I'm currently still working at my job. I'm gonna be a little sad to leave, I'm not gonna lie, because I did enjoy my coworkers and my management, but I think it's time definitely for a new chapter, and I'm really looking forward to that. So I know that like everything is feeling very like quick all of a sudden, I guess. I mean, I already knew that this was gonna happen, but yeah, there's still a lot that needs to happen. So yeah, we'll see.
And so the moving process began. I bought as much luggage as we were allowed on the plane and started to sort things that I knew we were going to take with us. I had my whole moving plan set. I would need about a whole month free before we flew out so that I could pack and get everything situated.
So I'm currently at my job. I'm also making this video, like nobody knows this yet. We kind of just took the decision yesterday to officially move. So nobody knows. And like my coworkers are outside. So I'm trying to like be quiet. Do you ever get that feeling of like, I just had a trip to Dallas not too long ago, and when I came back, it kind of hit me like a day after being back. I was like, man, I was like just in Dallas, and I had this feeling of nostalgia, like, oh, I was there, and like it almost felt like a dream in a way. Yeah, but pretty much it just felt like I remember being there, but then I'm like, oh, I'm not there anymore, and like that's in the past, you know. I wish I could explain this better. I'm trying, like I feel like I'm always trying to get ahead of that feeling. Like right now I'm present and I'm here and I'm enjoying this moment and this experience and being in this room, but I know a couple months from now I won't be. And what is that experience gonna feel like looking back to this moment? So like I'm trying to like suck in as much of the present as possible, if that makes sense. And sometimes I get the feeling like I should stay. I don't know, but it's just like there's something that's missing, and it like I just know that I'm going to regret not taking the decisions that I feel in my gut, you know? This moment right now is the only time that I'm going to have this moment. So why not just make the decision now? I don't want to wait forever, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
And soon enough, I had to let my job know that I was going to be quitting. I was so nervous, but it was one of the steps that made everything feel so much more official.
Hello. I'm doing good. How are you? I just wanted to sync with you really quick. But I'm gonna be leaving the company
My boss and my coworkers were honestly so supportive of my decision, even though it was tough, but I'm honestly so grateful for each and every one of them and how much of a helping hand they offered, even with me moving across the world.
I will see you then. Bye!
At this point, things started moving very quickly. I had to make sure I wrapped everything up at my job, and I also wanted to start on some more moving things because I didn't know how much time it was going to take to sell, get rid of, ship, or pack literally everything we owned.
I need to record this moment because I can't even put this on here. I am officially out of work. I am officially leaving this building for the last time. Yes! Oh my god, I could not be more excited. I could not be more excited. Honestly, it's the start of something new. I'm just thrilled. I think, yeah, it's because I'm gonna start something new. I'm gonna pursue my own path. Is it gonna work out? I have no idea, but I'm gonna give it my all. And yeah, I'm just so excited. Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. I also left on like such good terms. Everyone at my job was so sweet.
So since we were moving internationally and had a limited amount of bags, we couldn't take everything with us. So now was the time to do a spring cleaning of sorts. We had to sell or donate a lot of our things. This was something I knew from quite a while ago that had to be done, so I purposefully didn't buy many new items so that it would be easy to move when the time came. Of course, we weren't going to be taking furniture with us, or appliances since the plugs are different. And we also weren't going to be taking items that would be easy to rebuy once we settled. I thankfully found good homes for my plant babies, but I was really sad to leave them behind. Selling furniture slowly turned our place emptier and emptier, and this was actually the final day of having my full desk set up since someone bought the desk and was coming to pick it up the very next day.
So, this is my desk setup. This is my deskless setup, I guess. It's not a desk setup because I literally don't have a desk right now. Everything's just on the ground. Our place is looking a little bit of a disaster. Yeah, that's the status of where we're at right now. I feel like everything is just like crazy. It's all over the place. I think my biggest concern right now is that I'm gonna run out of time. I think it's fine. I think I'm just overthinking it, honestly. I think the only way that I'd probably not be freaking out is if everything was already done. But that's kind of unrealistic, so.
And the final days at our apartment finally arrived. We started giving away the final items like kitchen supplies, food, and final donations. Things were coming to a head very quickly. There was so many things to do in these last couple of days, and it was a bit stressful and overwhelming, but soon it would all be behind us and we would be on our way. Okay, it's officially the day before my flight.
This place is completely empty now. Well, practically.
There's a couple things left, but most everything is gone from here. Even though we didn't have a lot of stuff, it was still kind of difficult to get rid of a lot of items. So yeah, right now this doesn't really feel like home because all of the stuff that made this like my home is kind of gone. And then like we don't have like a home set up where we're going because we need to like view apartments and stuff like that. So I like feel like in this weird like middle space. I know it's literally the day before my flight, but like yesterday I was like, I've been having so many like, I've been overthinking too much. I wish I could have just like made the decision like, oh, I'm moving and then moved. I feel like there was a long period of time between like where we had to wait. Like we have to pack and we have to, I don't know, I've been overthinking a lot. I've been like thinking, I'm like, oh my God, we had to move all this stuff and what if you have to move it back and like blah, blah, blah. And like I can't think like that because then that fear would paralyze me and not let me do anything. Okay, I don't want to make this too long because I don't know how much camera storage I have, but I'm excited. There is so many things that are going to happen between now and when we get there. Like there's so many things to do and I don't want to think about all of them right now because it's overwhelming to think about the amount of things that we have to do. But I am so excited for this new chapter. I think it's going to be fun. I hope so. I'm not going to lie, I didn't love this place that much. It was okay. But there was like so many things
about this place that we're wrong. If you know like the landlord treatment where like they just paint over everything, that's literally this place. It's like painted over everything. Mold in the bathroom. There's a drawer in our kitchen that doesn't open because the oven is in the way, so you need to open the oven to open that drawer. Very cool. Also, this place costs an arm and a leg because it's Miami. So anyway, that's it. I just wanted to get a little snippet of being in here and my thoughts like the day before our flight.
So we wrapped things up in our apartment, loaded up all the luggage, and off we went. We had about 11 hours of a flight. We landed in Germany as a layover, and after that we had one more flight of 2 hours until we finally landed in Oslo. After almost a full 24 hours of traveling with packing, flights, car rides, and waiting in airports, we were dead tired, but I was so grateful to have finally arrived. So why did I move to Norway? Well, there was honestly a multitude of reasons that I decided to move over here. It honestly wasn't an easy decision because I'm from the US and moving across the world isn't an easy decision to make, even though I have been here before. Yeah, like I mentioned, it was a lot of reasons, but honestly it was more of like a lifestyle change. One of the biggest reasons personally for me was about work-life balance. I was previously working a full-time job, which I really enjoyed, but at the same time, the schedule wasn't quite working with me, and there was other endeavors that I wanted to pursue, like YouTube. Making art and focusing more on like my art in general was something that I really wanted to focus on, and something that I had been trying to balance for a while with my full-time job. It was pretty difficult. I would work 9 to 5, 9 to 6, and then I would get home and be tired from work, and then on the weekends I had like a million errands to run, or I just wanted to relax. So it was very difficult for me to be able to like do any of the creative artistic stuff that I wanted to do at the same time as doing my full-time job. I know there's a lot of people that tend to do this where they're like, I'm quitting my job to do YouTube full time. And don't get me wrong, this is a super big risk. Like, this is a huge risk to take because my job was steady. I was doing a great job there, at least from what my coworkers told me. There was opportunities for growth and stuff like that. So this is a big risky move to take, especially when right now my channel doesn't really have the amount of momentum that would sustain me in the long term. But this is something that I've been thinking about for like ever. I've been wanting to pursue this seriously for a really long time, you know, to do life's journey. I think now would be a great time to take that opportunity to do it. I'm young. I've always wanted to live in Europe as well, so I thought it would be fun to try to do this while I can now. So anyways, yeah, this is like a huge risk to take because, like I mentioned, I don't have steady income right now. I do have a lot of savings, of course, but it's worth a shot. I feel in my heart that it's something that I really want to try out and see if it works out. I also am able to do this right now because I don't have a lot of responsibilities, I guess, like nothing that's like super holding me back a ton. I don't have kids. My job was the one thing that was the only thing that like would have been like some sort of obstacle, but honestly, you know, it's just my job. I do have all of my family over in the US, so this wasn't an easy decision by any means. We made the decision so late to move over here. The reason why I'm able to move over here, by the way, is also because my partner is from here. That is why we decided on Norway. I've been to this country many times before. I mean, if you've followed me on my channel, then you've seen, or if you see any videos on my channel, you've seen that I've been to Norway a couple times, and it's because my partner's from here, and ever since I came here, I've really liked it. The lifestyle change was something also that I felt in my heart was right. I'm not gonna get too political right now because I don't want this, I really don't like talking about politics too much, at least on a public forum, because it can be very touch and go with a lot of people, but there's a lot of things happening in the US right now politically that just don't align with what I believe in and stuff like that, and there's just things that I've been hoping for, like for example, something that's very common in the US is that it's very car centric. Don't get me wrong, there are places that are not very car centric, but I really want to walk everywhere. Not walk everywhere, but I want to walk a lot more than I normally do. And I have the opportunity to do that here a little bit more than I did in the US. And where I lived in Miami previously. It's practically impossible. I mean, it's not impossible, you can walk, but there's a high possibility you'll get hit by a car. People do not care about people walking there, unless you're like in the tourist areas or like downtown by the beach. But I didn't live downtown by the beach. It's super expensive. It's expensive to live in Miami in general, but especially in those areas. Here I have the option to be able to bike a lot more. Buses, trains are a lot more connected within pretty much almost most cities, or most big cities here in Norway. Even like smaller cities too. I mean, I'm staying currently in a pretty small city or town, I guess, and it's even connected by train to some places. So I have the opportunity to be able to get to some places even though I currently don't have a vehicle. In the US, or at least in Miami where I lived, and I think this is pretty synonymous with a lot of the US, there is this big, not all of it, but most city life. It's all about like the rat race and, you know, about getting ahead and like what is the next big thing that I'm doing. You know, it constantly feels like we're racing towards this like, I don't know. I don't know to what. That's the question. And I've already, I mean, I might have mentioned this before on my channel. I've already had, I think, a lot of issues with like not feeling as though I'm present enough, like dissociation and stuff like that. Maybe I haven't, I'm not sure. But yeah, I have had a lot of issues with not feeling present enough and feeling as though life is passing me by too fast. And every time I've been to Norway, I've felt more present. Don't get me wrong, this might be because of the fact that every time I've come here, I've taken a vacation pretty much. So it could be that, but I don't know, I've felt so much more present. It feels as things go a little bit slower. There's also an overall calmer vibe from the people. Some of the values that people have here are like being more in nature and taking care of those things around them as well. I mean, they have very strict rules about nature here, honestly, which is something that I really enjoy. I mean, most places you live in, you're connected in some way to like some sort of forest or nature walk that you can do. And that's something that I really didn't have access to growing up. I hope I was able to like, oh my god, there's a fucking magpie on the, let me see if I can take a video. He's like on the fucking bush right now. He is so cute. Okay, anyways, sorry about that. I hope I was able to like communicate well enough, but if anybody would like to open up discussion down in the comments, I am so down for discussion. I am very glad to finally be here because the moving process was very tolling. It wasn't like super tolling, but it was very stressful. I mean, moving in general is already kind of difficult. Moving internationally was a whole nother beast, but thankfully we didn't have a lot of stuff, so we were able to get that all sorted relatively quickly. If any of my close friends or any of my coworkers or anyone who knows me is watching this and has helped me out during this process, I just want to say thank you so much to like helping me out in whatever it is. Any of my previous coworkers like or my colleagues, I'm so thankful for everyone that has honestly contributed to my little journey. I'm so excited for this next chapter, and then stay tuned. I'm going to be posting a lot more content on here. I've pretty much filmed the entire experience of moving here the first couple days, house hunting and all of that. So if that's something that sounds interesting to you, then I hope to see you in the next video, and I'll see you. Bye. Peace.